Pisces, this is an unprecedented time for you of a great deal of prosperity and abundance, or at least the feeling of it flowing through you, pumping through you, and giving you a great deal of reassurance. There is a sense of financial prosperity that is swimming around you, that is helping out a great deal. Something functioning, something working out, something finally being reliably there for you when it comes to finances. I will say this. It was a giddy thing it was a giddy time. Every time I thought about you, I thought of really feeling good about oneself, or at least projecting the image of feeling good about one's self. I have got this underlying undertow for you for a while. And as much as I fear the videos that I create not being popular with you because of it, it is not responsible of me to not share with you this impending doom, this feeling of you are letting something build up, you are letting something go unwatched that shouldn't be going unwatched. There is an insistence in you to fantasize, almost create a fantasy out of your reality, which is wonderful in that you're enjoying your circumstance and you're enjoying your situation. But simultaneously, reality is reality, and it's there for a reason, and it's there to wake us up and make us aware of what we have to face, whether or not we want to or not. There is, in many ways, pleasure that you've earned. You really earned, because you have been through the ringer and faced a lot of things about yourself. But then there's this idea that because you face them, they're gone, and that you don't have to face them anymore, or that they don't impact you or influence you because you have discovered things. Things just keep coming and hitting you, bombarding you one after the other. And as much as they might be small things, there is this sense of it's not a small wave of things. They're small things, but the wave keeps coming and coming and coming, and it's insistent. So there is an abundance of pressures and an abundance of reality checks. Yeah. That are coming out of the woodwork. And I don't think this is a horrible time. This isn't. It doesn't feel horrible. In fact, it feels like there are a lot of things that you have accomplished. And there are a lot of things that are actually going very, very well for you, especially in terms of your financial stability, or your ability to actually get things done now. If you're talking about investments or paying bills, catching up on things, or buying things, all of those things are going very well. What isn't going well is the idea that just because you can do those things, all the other things that were impacting you, influencing you, affecting you emotionally don't have to be addressed. There's a lot of you escaping into the reality now, the reality of some sort of financial stability, or some sort of finances being better, or being more, having stabilized somehow, and using that to almost like, no, I was gonna say retail therapy, but that's sort of a dumbed down version, because what it is a false sense of certainty and security, and it's like riding a wave in order to riding a wave, riding the rapids. It's like you're on the surface of the water and you're riding the rapids and you're having a hell of a good time. because it is an exciting ride and you should enjoy the rides, but simultaneously there's all this stuff underneath that you are not looking at. And maybe it's a choice. You don't want to look at it. And you don't want to look at it because you know that it'll just suck. You don't want to get sucked down anymore. And I understand that completely, that you don't want to get sucked down into the emotions or into the heavy, right? But something is about to come back up and smack you. It is. Neptune is in retrograde until November. Venus just came out of retrograde. Really went completely direct 2 days ago. It's still in Gemini, but it's headed into a much less playful and much more vulnerable and tender Cancer, which is going to be experiencing this influx of, emotions and needing to be understood psychically, as opposed to in terms of words being enough. Like there is a sort of emotional comeuppance coming. Mercury is heading into Leo. It should be in Leo in about a week, and for you, there is this pride before the fall. This sense of feeling so high and mighty that you say things and expect to just be loved anyway, and expect that because things have been going so well, or because you haven't really had to care if things haven't been going so well, because you can just get right back up and find other ways to make yourself feel good. There is a sense, Pisces, of you getting yourself into a circumstance where somebody doesn't want to hear what you have to say. Somebody doesn't want to know what you're thinking. Just because you think it, just because you feel it, doesn't mean you have a right to spew it. It's almost like, do you enjoy being vomited on? You would not enjoy being vomited on. And sometimes people can feel this way about your emotional, projectile. This sense of mistaking the 3D abundance for psychic abundance, and they're not the same thing. There's almost a sense of something going on very great on the surface, but underneath it not having the validity or the strength of character that you think it does. And I'm telling you this simply because I don't want you to crash and burn. And I see that you are at a wonderful time in your life when you're ready to move on from being so psychically needy, or being so it's almost like you're having a lot of fun in the shallows. You're having a lot of fun on the surface. Now, I want you to enjoy yourselves. This is a wonderful time for you to enjoy yourselves. But there is this reality that will come back to you. When you're riding the rapids, let's go back to this metaphor. You're loving this ride. You're loving it, and it's exciting and it's wonderful. But where you're going to end up, and you're not thinking about that right now. And in this channeled message, you don't even want to. I don't even want you to. I want you to ride the rapids and have a great fucking time, especially because you've been through a really heavy period. There's a sense of not caring where I end up, not caring where I settle down, not caring where I call home. Can I just be happy? Can I just be free of this heaviness for a while? And the answer overwhelmingly is, of course you can. Of course you can. My cautionary tale is, how are you going to get back home? I don't care right now. I don't care. And I know that you don't care. And maybe it's good that you just enjoy yourself. But simultaneously, I know that eventually you will care. And there will be a point where you will get angry and you will suffer because you don't have that connection that you so realistically need. And reality for you is the fantasy world. Reality for you is Neptune direct. Now, Neptune won't be direct until November. So until November, it's like you're taking a vacation in reality. You're taking a vacation in the shallows. But when that sets back in, there is a sense of taking a vacation away from yourself, but still having to deal with yourself. So still eventually yourself is going to catch back up to you. So when that happens, it's almost like take notes. Don't get caught off guard. Don't be shocked or surprised. I want you guys to be aware that the people that you click with at this time of your life may not be coming with you when you return back home. Let's get into this card. In the past, there has been you being attacked. Maybe literally, like actually really literally. Being attacked, feeling completely bombarded, feeling completely vulnerable, feeling like your underbelly is exposed and you could not defend yourself. This was a sense of, could have been something to do with your mother, not having a mother there for you, or something to do with a mother, because this is mama bear energy, but this is mama bear energy that wasn't there. So there is a sense of something to do with your relationship with your mother, not to say that it's a bad one, but to say that your relationship with your mother making you extremely vulnerable, and leaving you to feel just like wide open to the world, or maybe you just feeling like she had let you down in a lot of ways and not really addressing it. Now, this has happened in the past. It's not happening right now, Pisces. This has all happened in the past, but there is something that has to do with this mother energy, this maternal energy that has in some way, shape, or form disappointed you and left you vulnerable, and lots of things building, and poisoning and intoxicating and growing, almost like taking over. Because this card in reverse is a sense of, this building, forget about it. It can't even be exterminated anymore. There's so many mice running around in this building, in the walls, that you'd have to burn it down in order to get rid of them. So there is that sense of something has built up for so very long that the only way to start over is to tear it all down. This is what I feel like you have not addressed. Because it is overwhelming and it does bum rush you and it just comes at you all at once. And there is this sense of, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it. This is being emotionally vulnerable. King of Cups. Almost think of King of Cups energy in reverse. This sense of being weak, feeling needy, feeling emotionally desperate in some ways. Being put into such a submissive state that you intentionally try to hide it. It's an unhealthy submissive state. It's a submissive state that is sexualized, that is internalized. It is rooted in your deepest relationships, and you look for people who will subjugate you in a lot of ways in order to make you feel the bad that you felt during this time in your life, because it is something that has become normal for you. And this is a wonder, and this is why I love that you're able to, in this time, feel something else. Feel your power, feel your strength, not feel that vulnerability. Know that you have a strength outside of it, a lack of need for that continual cycle of relationships that just sort of repeat this very unhealthy relationship that happened to you many years ago. unprecedented wealth and abundance coming in from the universe, spirit really taking over and helping you, giving you financial wealth, giving you financial abundance, and giving you strength and prosperity and abundance. Taurus energy and Leo energy, this sense of leadership through finances, leading yourself forward, taking the reins, taking control of your finances, and your finances being extremely sound. Maybe even you giving people financial advice, or just doing very well and having a lot of confidence. The money is going to be there. The money is going to keep coming in. And this giving you a level of certainty in yourself and your own control over your own life that is making you want to ride those rapids and take these new risks, not to be risky specifically, but to just feel different things, to just feel and really revel in the new found control or power that you have. But here's what I'm saying. You still really haven't addressed all those things, all still haven't gone away. They're still there. And just because these feelings are good, and yes, you have earned them 100%, Pisces, you have earned this time of prosperity in your life. Good on you, 100%. You made your money, you made your fame, you made your notoriety. You deserve to enjoy it. Absolutely. But the problems are still there. Those problems are still there. And though you have you have worked on how you feel about yourself, you still have not worked on this sickness that's still there. There is a sickness that's still there that has not been taken care of. And I know that you think you've gotten past it and you don't need to because you're doing really well. And I'm saying, I don't think you're going to stop doing really well. I'm saying you're not whole. You're not wholly doing really well. And you have the potential to be whole completely. If you address these things. And that's why I'm saying this is why my messages are so unpopular, but I really think they're important. Pisces, there is that sense of you can continue to go on feeling good and be a half self, or you can take this time to feel this shitty and feel this sick and tolerate this one last wave of vulnerability in order to actually tackle what it is you need to tackle to be complete. Now, I think there is a group of you that already knows that and is already on that track. And for those of you, I have to say, you're gonna trample it, and you're just gonna run right over it. You're gonna trample life. You are literally taking control of your circumstances. This is 3 more Taurus. I don't know if you're dealing with a Taurus, but this is a sense of bulldozing. Maybe for those of you who feel bulldozed, it's because you haven't addressed those things that are still making you vulnerable or still making you weak. For those of you who have, it is going to give you this energy. You're going to be the bulldozer. This is you being able to get past or get by, get through, maybe even pay old debts, right? Or learn from what you decided to do in the past. Retail therapy, spending all that money when you have the prosperity and you spend that money to make yourself feel good, but then you have a bunch of shit. Like, this is what you've done in the past and you learned from it. So this is you finally maybe having enough financial prosperity to pay down all those old credit card bills, pay down all those old student debts that you, had gotten into, gotten into credit trouble with, rebuild your credit, take care of all of those things in the past. Maybe you're helping somebody else pay their financial debts. This is a sense of really taking the bull by the horns financially and taking financial responsibility for things, which is wonderful. And it's beautiful because it could be that you guys are learning how to take responsibility for that psychic emotional side of yourself by practicing on this financial side of yourself. One step at a time, Pisces. I think that's phenomenal. This card came out. This is your energy. It came out this way. So there is a sense of overcoming this old part of yourself, not wanting to just sit around and wait anymore, just being really sick of being stuck or doing the same thing repeatedly over and over again. You are ready for something new, Pisces. You are ready for something brand new. This is Aquarius energy, out of the box, a new start. Could be, it's just a new start. It's a new start. Could be a new baby, a new child, a new life. But usually this is a new life for you. Like you're just... out of your cocoon, you're learning how to fly your wings. Something has been purified. It's like something has started from scratch again. It's like being reborn. And that's why these cards come out. This is Pisces energy and this is Aries energy. You are the end of the zodiac and Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. It's going from that state of having absorbed everything and been through the ringer and been through the zodiac and been through all those other experiences or absorbed every other experience or all those other people's experience, and now you're just focusing on you, which is a very powerful place for you to be. Very powerful place for you to understand these two looking at each other, you know, with understanding, with sympathy, with empathy. There is a sense of really trusting your psyche here, really trusting yourself, being able to look at yourself objectively and appreciate yourself. There is also a sense of good news. You're going to land on your feet. You're going to be okay. Then even if things that are hard for you to face are faced, not only are you going to be okay, you're going to be better than you ever have been. Life is actually going to be able to finally be playful for you. And you're finally going to be able to ride those rapids wherever you want to fucking go. Simply because now you don't have anything that can trip you up. Now, for those of you who have faced all this shit, this is an unprecedented time of happiness and joy. And it's because you have done the work to let go of the hurt, to confront the hurt, to actually see it through, talk about it, and deal with the consequences of it. As in, you know, if you thought it was going to destroy a relationship. Though I don't see romantic relationship really being huge here, but there is a sense of trampling out an old pattern because you finally confronted the root of the pattern. And for those of you Pisceans who are at that stage in your life, this is an unprecedented time of wealth and abundance for you. This is just a real good time for you, and you need to enjoy it because you worked really hard. You know, the veil will come back up in November, and Neptune will go direct, and you'll be inspired by or needing to escape somehow into your dream world again to just get by day to day. But there's a sense now of living your dream, living in the reality, living in the moment, and really being able to love and enjoy that sense of vacation that you get when that Neptunian veil is pulled back and you are exposed to the 3D world, but so much in such a huge way that it's almost like it feels like you're on vacation. It does. It feels like you're on vacation, which is really wonderful. I just saw 2222. You could be dealing with a divine counterpart. This is wonderful energy. But there is a group of you, and I will not lie to you. There is a group of you that are lying to yourselves. There is a group of you who are hiding what you feel, and the past is going to come back and smack you. It's going to come back and smack you. Let me get some angel messages here for you guys. Archangel Gabriel came through. You will soon receive some positive news. The channels for clear and honest communication are now open. Keep an open heart and speak your truth lovingly without fear. This is actually wonderful news. This is a sense of, even if you're trying to escape the reality, even if you're trying to escape the conversation is going to come to you, Pisces. And it's a conversation that you need to have, even if it's not comfortable. In fact, it is the discomfort of the conversation that is what is going to be the greatest lesson. It's going to be the greatest teacher. It's going to be the greatest catharsis that you could have in having to actually confront that discomfort and know that you can do it. This is a wonderful time of just learning and seeing, even if you don't want to see. Spirit is going to throw it in your face. You can handle it. Yes, you can. And it's almost like Spirit is saying, I'm not going to let you avoid knowing that you can handle this. You need to know that you can handle this. Blue Angel is here for you as well. This is Archangel Michael. So you have Archangel Michael, am here by your side. I am all around you and will forever protect you. Remember this whenever you feel fearful. I love you. All is well. This encouragement and support, and you know Archangel Michael is the warrior, you know, God's right-hand man. So there is a sense of Gabriel and Michael coming through, communications coming through, fighting. Maybe you have to fight. In general, I know that you're a pacifist, but there's a sense of maybe you have to just duke it out with somebody. It's scary, and you don't want to feel those mean things, but the truth is it's part of you, and you do feel those mean things, and sometimes you just have to let it the fuck out and let it rip, and also be willing to let somebody else rip back at you, rip at each other, have an honest conversation, and then be able to honestly move on from it. There is a sense of this is healing, this is cathartic, this is what needs to happen. And two, Gabriel and Michael, are flying around you, protecting you, warning you, telling you this is imminent, but this is part of the path. Trust it. It is part of the divine way. I wish I had a metaphor. I do. Do it now. Don't put it off any longer. Have courage. Listen to your intuition, for it is the guiding voice of your soul. That's such a blatant message, and it's directly aimed at you. For me, this is like I'm just channeling these messages from the spirit guides. This is a sense of, you know what you have to do, Pisces. You know what you have to confront. There's nothing that you have to ask me about or that I have to say. You already know when I'm talking to you what I'm talking about. So do it now. Don't hesitate and don't wait, because hesitation and waiting is not taking responsibility for who you are. It's being diminished and it's being less than you're capable of. So you haven't lost the chance. The chance is this energy is still right for you to confront and do it now. I love you, baby. My little puppy's here to say hi. Hi. Do it now. This is the moment and this is the time. When Mercury is in Leo, communication will have a lot of strength. You'll be able to convince people of what you want them to know. You'll be able to you'll be able to really market yourself very well. People will be inclined to believe you and listen to you. So there is that sense of ramping up communication that cosmically is coming up to really infuse you with the ability to get what you want when you ask for it, or when you make a point. Do it now. Don't put it off any longer. I feel like that is a private message from the angels to you, that you know exactly what that means. And that even though you're scared, because I can feel your fear and I can feel your hesitation of, I just don't want to, but you don't have a choice and you must. Fear. Wow. Ouch. Ouch. Archangel Michael is all around you. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody named Michael, or there's just this energy of, I am here to help you through the present time. I love you. I protect you and keep you safe. Trust that all is well. Accept my love and allow it to dissolve your fear. You're getting ready for a battle. You're getting ready for a battle that you've been using your money or retail therapy or some other kind of sort of benefit. You've just been using something to avoid. But this is what you have to confront. And it's still here. And even though you're doing very well and you have made huge advances in other parts of your life, it is not gone. It is not over. It is still there, and it must be confronted. With that, I'm going to go over into tarot and get more details. This is the extended video. The link is below. Please come over, Pisces. I'll talk to you there.